Hey everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's fishing report.
Yeah, it was a beautiful weekend.
And the crazy thing was, we actually tried a new lake compared to normal. So,
Yep.
getting out on new bodies of water can sometimes be kind of a daunting task. But to get out there, you never know what you might find. So, how did we do this weekend?
Did pretty well. We kind of just started with a summer pattern, and that's where they were. So the word of the week is weed edges.
Well, and again, the interesting thing about that is we have been seeing these warmer water temps and kind of a lot of water bodies that have been kind of scummy.
Hmm.
But this is the first weekend that we actually saw these defined weed edges, kind of like what we've been looking for. So, we had a really crazy spring. And is it officially summer yet? Can I say that? But either way, fish are in their summer patterns and they think that it is.
Yeah, we were picking fish off the weed lines. There were some out deeper, so it was kind of a fun mix of both.
Yeah, and with that, we were fishing fairly clear water, but it was also a body of water that quite a few boats were going past, so that did stir things up quite a bit, and kind of changed the water clarity a little bit throughout the day. The other thing is throughout the weekend, things changed quite a bit because
Hmm.
although the sun was consistent and the beautiful skies were consistent and people out loving summer was consistent, the one thing that did change is the wind.
Oh,
Saturday was
I
a
mean,
little
we
bit
had a little
windy. It
bit.
was
We had a
breezy.
little bit of wind the whole weekend, I guess. So today
But
was a little bit more
Sunday
gusty.
was pretty intense. The wind was coming straight down the body of water, and had waves that were bigger than what normally
Hmm.
should be there. So, I mean, just dealing with that as an angler is definitely an aspect of fishing. So, I started out the weekend using a 32nd ounce jig, and I found that orange happened to be. It was on my jig from or on my tied on from last weekend, and I left it. It happened to be working great in this other lake as well. Through the weekend, we did switch up to, a 16th, maybe worked a smidge better, held plastics that were a little bit larger. And that was a key to the weekend as well because we found out, especially today, a larger plastic, larger bait did mean larger fish. So that isn't
Hmm.
always the case, but this week for sure.
Yeah, we were using 1/16 pink and orange. Um, I was using like a pink and white Lucky 7 from Extreme Plastics. I know that you kind of ran the gamut. You were using a bunch of IGL plastic paddle tails, some Charlie Brewer stuff. So you were running through your box just trying to make it work. And then as the day went on, it was darker colors were working better. And then towards morning and evening, lighter colors were working better. Uh, point, point 0.7 to 1.2 and 8 to 15 feet of water, just depending where those weeds set up.
And this is your last tip for the week, but it is a good one. When we get to that part of the year when that water temp is such that all the fish are biting, those small
Hmm.
perch, those small bluegills, all of a sudden they think that they are trophy size, whatever, swimming around in there and they bite like that. Unfortunately, what they are known for is if you're using plastics, sometimes biting those tails off. It doesn't always matter how strong your plastic is. Sometimes those little tiny little bluegill teeth will just snip it right off. So with that, use something that's maybe not quite so long and wiggly. Use maybe a paddle tail that's maybe harder for those small mouths to get around. And then hopefully you'll have more real hookups and less of those little tail grabs. So
Yep.
good luck out there next weekend, and we hope to see you on the water.
See you next week.